Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm bringing back the tier list videos. I know it's been a while, but here we are, and today we are doing ops. If you're enjoying the videos on the channel, make sure you're dropping a like or a comment. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with the first op. We are going in order by the way they were added into the game. So first up, we have the Awp Lightning Strike. Alright, right off the bat, we're starting off with a banger. The Awp Lightning Strike is one of my favorite ops. It's nice and shiny, it matches my gloves and my knife, and it's the purple color. I'm putting the Awp Lightning Strike in S tier. First one, S tier straight off the bat. Like, look at this. If I had one of these, it would go perfectly with my loadout. Alright, number 2, we have the Awp Boom, which was the second Awp added to the game. Fun fact, this was the first skin I bought when I started playing Counter-Strike. I really liked the Awp Boom for some reason. And this was the skin that I bought using a $20 Steam gift card. I remember like it was yesterday. Anyway, I kind of like the Awp Boom still. It's not the favorite of my op skins, but it still looks pretty decent. I kind of would like it better if the letters were in color, but everything else was orange. So I'm gonna put this in A tier. Next up, we have the Awp Snake Camo, and I'm actually seeing this because it's on the new model for the first time. I didn't actually realize this was on the new CS2 Awp model. I was gonna put this in delete from the game, but I think I'm gonna put it in C tier. I did not realize the skin goes on the scope. Wow. That actually surprised me. Alright, now we have the Awp Graphite. This is gonna be going in the A tier. Awp Graphite is a nice clean Awp, and it has the reflection of the little crystals on it if you look closely. Honestly, looking at it on the train map makes it look even cooler. But yeah, it's a nice all dark, all black Awp skin. Has tones of gray in it. It's going in A tier. Now we have the Awp Pit Viper, and even though this was an early skin, it was a little bit underwhelming compared to the other ones. This one is gonna go in D tier. I'm honestly surprised I'm putting it below the snake camo, but yeah, it is what it is. Maybe if they put it on the new model, it actually looked pretty cool. Green on the scope would look fire. Now we have the Awp Safari Mesh, which I guess is also on the new model. But unfortunately, the new model is not saving this piece of garbage. This is going in delete from the game with all the other Safari Mesh skins in the game. They need to be deleted immediately. Moving on, we have the Awp Redline. And in my opinion, I think the Redline is a little bit underwhelming compared to the AK. I wish it had more lines of red going on it, like maybe around the scope. But it still looks pretty clean, so it's going in B tier. Probably towards the end of B tier for now. But yeah, we're gonna put it in the B tier. Now we have the Awp Electric Hive. And even though the colors are pretty cool, I just wish this one was shiny and not a matte finish. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. Moving on, we have one of the titans of the Awp skins, the Awp Asimov. And there's not much I could say, but this looks clean as hell. And it's going in the S tier. Next up, we have the Holy Grail, the Awp Dragon Lore. Now, I know what you're thinking. He's gonna put it in S tier. And that's exactly right. It's going in S tier. It's a legacy skin, one of the most expensive skins, and even in souvenir, it still looks really fire. I mean, come on, who wouldn't want a dragon lore? Like, oh man, just the name dragon lore too. Come on, man. Easily the #1 spy in S tier, just because. Now we have the Awp Pink DD Pats from the OG Overpass collection. And I think this was one of the cleanest Awps that they came out originally with. I like how they came out with a cool pink color skin. It's not corny. I'm putting this in the A tier. It looks really clean. I just wish that the pattern also went on to the scope as well. That would make this skin probably S tier in my opinion. Now we move on to the Awp Corticera. And I used to like this skin, but now that I've seen all the other Awp skins that have come out since, I just think there's been better that have come out now. And looking back, it doesn't look as good as I thought. So I'm going to put this in the C tier. Up next, we have the Awp Men of War. Another skin that I used to love. Now I don't like it as much, but I still think it's pretty fire. I like the blue and gold color scheme, and I like how it's a shiny skin and not a matte color. If the scope was gold, this would be an S tier. But I'm going to put this right now. I'm going to put it in B tier. Now we have the Awp Worm God, and in my opinion, this Awp looks trash. It looks really ugly. Never liked it when it came out. This is going in delete from the game, to be honest with you. I honestly think it might be worse than the Safari Mesh. Like, I don't know why you put green and gray. It's just not appealing to me. Now we have the Awp Hyper Beast, and immediately this is on par with the Awp Asimov. Another one of those skins that every time I see it, I respect it. It's got a nice clean float. So that being said, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Yeah, it's going in A tier. Plus, it matches my loadout a little bit too, so that gives it a little bit of bonus points. Now we have one of my favorite Awp skins, the Awp Medusa. This is another S tier skin, baby. The nice blue purple shades on it. It's nice and shiny. It looks so good, especially on lighting like this. Like, ooh. Come on, you can't tell me this is one of the best Awp skins in the game. Look at the snakes on her hair. This would probably be my play skin if I had an Awp. Maybe this or the Gungnir. I don't know. But I love the Medusa. After that, we have the Sun in Leo, which is also a pretty fire Awp skin, to be honest with you. And it's not that expensive as well. I'm going to put this in the A tier because it's a nice color. It looks fire. But I just wish that it had the color on the scope. Like when it had that in that first initial CS2 launch, I'm pretty sure there was like some skins that had the different redesigns. And this is one of them that had the full pattern on the scope. And it made it look so much better. But alas, it did not stick. So it's going in A tier. Up next, we have the Awp Elite build. And what can I say? This is just another clean, simple skin. Can't go wrong with it. This is going in the B tier. Next up, we have the Awp Phobos. And the Awp Phobos, to me, is a decent skin. But if it was a little bit brighter on the green parts, I think it would actually look pretty cool. I like the control panel on here and on the back, but I'm gonna put it in the D tier. Actually, no, it's going in C tier. Then we move on to the Awp Fever Dream. And this is basically just a default Awp with some graffiti on it. Kind of reminds me of Arcane, if anyone's watched that, like a Jinx pattern. But the skin I'm gonna put in C tier at the bottom because I don't think it's anything too special. Then we have the Awp Onitaji. This skin is very beautiful. I like the purple and red. I wasn't expecting the skin to like these two colors to go together so well, but they actually look so nice. And I like how the demon and the samurai are on it with the sword. Very fire skin. So it's going in A tier. Now we have a lineup of some of my least favorite Awp skins again. First up we have the Awp Mortis. This one I'm not a big fan of. I don't really like the design too much. We're going to keep this one quick. This one's going in C tier, towards the bottom. Then after that, we have the Awp Paw. This one I kind of like more, but I'm still not a fan of it. I do like the fact that you could get rare patterns with like the golden cat or whatever I think it is, like right here. So I'm going to put it in B tier, but in low B tier. Now we have the Awp Acheron in the Nuke collection, and I do not like this skin at all. I like the colors of the red and blue, but I feel like the red and blue in the bones is a kind of weird choice for the colors, especially since it's supposed to be like Nuke and like radiation themed. I'm not sure why red and blue were the colors, but oh well. That being said, this is going in the C tier with all these other ones. I'm not a big fan of that one. I just realized I skipped an Awp. I skipped the Awp Neo Noir. This Awp is pretty decent, but I like the pistol better. So I'm gonna put this in the end of B tier. Now we have the Awp Atheris. I don't know how it's pronounced. But this is one of my favorite skins, especially since it's a cheaper Awp skin. It's not the most expensive Awp skin, and it still looks really nice. I think the shading on the serpent that goes all the way around the gun makes it look so nice, and I like the blue and green color. I'm gonna put this one top of A tier. Maybe not top, but really high in the A tier at least. Up next, we got a banger. We got the Awp Wildfire. This skin is literally in the name. It's fire. Look at that. I mean, it might be a little bit better if it was shiny, but I love how this part has like the mesh, or not really mesh, but it's kind of like see-through the gun. The design is amazing. This skin is S tier for sure. Oh, I didn't even notice that it says Wildfire on this side. The more you know, huh? Now we have the Awp Containment Breach, and like the Wildfire, I think this one is kind of similar in the design, but a more like greenish, slimy, kind of evil themed. This one I'm also gonna put in the S tier because it looks really nice, and I like how the skin covers the entire gun. I'm almost wondering if it would look better if the scope was green. No, actually I like the black scope. Now let's move on to the Awp Prince, or the Prince. If you have this skin, you are a baller. This skin literally screams, I have money. Like, it's literally a gold skin. It looks like it belongs to a king. I'm gonna put it in, ooh, I was gonna put it in S tier. Let me think about this. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think it looks nice, but it's not one of my personal favorites, so that's the reason to put it in A. Now we have my other favorite Awp skin, the Gungnir, whatever you want to pronounce it like. This baby is so sexy. It's got that nice shiny pearlescent blue. It's got the texturing, all patterns all around the gun. This is one of the most beautiful skins in the game. And if I had this baby, oh man. I think I'd probably retire from Counter-Strike after that. I'm pretty sure I said earlier that the Medusa was my favorite. Now that I'm inspecting this and looking at it really closely, I'm taking it back. This one is definitely number one. And it's taking the number one spot in the S tier. Now we have the Awp Capillary. And in my opinion, this skin is definitely a C tier skin. And it is a mil spec, so I guess you get what you pay for. It's supposed to be like veins, like a body, but I'm not a fan. So yeah, it's going in the C tier. Then we move on to the Awp Fade, and in my opinion, this is a very beautiful skin, but I wish the fade would be on the scope. So and for that reason, I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Even though I do like when it has a nice fade, I just think it would look 10 times better with it on the scope. It just looks kind of bland without it. After the Awp Fade, we have the Awp Silk Tiger. And I think this is an underrated skin. I barely ever see this used in game. And I'm a big fan of the blue colored, so I'm going to put this in the B tier. I am a fan of this one. Next up, we have the Awp Exoskeleton, and this skin, in my opinion, is similar to the Gungnir, except just not as shiny. So for that reason, it's going in the B tier. I do kind of like the fact that sometimes it looks purple, sometimes it looks blue, depending on where you look on it, depending on how you look at it. But I wish it was a little bit brighter, and I'm not really a fan of the pattern. So I'm going to put it in B. Next up, we have another one of my favorites, the Awp Desert Hydra. This bad boy looks very clean, and I even like the souvenir version of it. And for that reason, it's going in the S tier. This is one of my top favorite skins. I like the fact that it has a nice shine on it, and it's not a matte skin, so it makes the blue on the tongue and the eyes from the snakes pop out even more. Now we have the Awp Pop Awp. This skin is another comic themed Awp, and it's definitely towards the bottom. I'm not a fan of the colors. The design's kind of out there. This is going in D tier. Now we have the Chromatic Aberration, or Aberration. It's probably Aberration. The skin is okay. I kind of like the way they had the 3D effect on it, but I kind of wish that this purple tiger stripe pattern would continue down farther on the gun. I feel like there's too much empty space back here. And actually, you know what? Never mind. Looking at this, it kind of hurts my eyes back here. So I'm taking back what I said. I don't like the 3D effect. This is going in the C tier. Up next, we have the Awp Duality. And this is the skin that I personally use as my play skin. But despite that, I'm going to put it in the B tier. Because it could have been the, what was it, the dragon? Hold on. Let me pull it back up. Oh yes, you should be the Doodle Lore. I love the Doodle Lore way better than the Duality. So I'm very sad that they got that replaced. But this skin is still nice. So it's going to go in A tier. Or did I say B tier before? I If I said B tier before, I meant A. It's going in A tier. Next, we have the Awp Black Nile. This is a nice, clean black skin. All black with silver accents, and it even has the little 3D mappings. I'm going to put this in A tier because, I mean, you can't go wrong with all black. Now we have the newest Awp from a case. This is from the Kilowatt collection, the Chrome Cannon. This beauty is very, very shiny. I wasn't a fan of it at first, but it's starting to grow on me. I'm gonna put it in the A tier. I kind of wish this color of the scope wasn't like burgundy or red or whatever that is. But I mean, I can't doubt that this skin is very nice. Kind of looks ugly with the rain on it though, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like someone spit all over it. That's kind of gross. Train map is not doing the skin any justice. Next up, we have the Awp CMYK. And there's a lot going on with this skin. And it's a lot that went wrong with this skin. Not sure why the middle sticker is there. It feels like a weird placement for that. I don't know why this colors are yellow here and then neon green over here. It just I know it's supposed to be like some graphic design, it's supposed to be whatever choice. Didn't hit. Bro did not cook in my opinion. I'm gonna put this in the D tier. And last but certainly not least, we have the Awp Krakow. This skin also didn't like at first, but it's kind of growing on me still. I kind of like the box head in the corner in the cartoon. Not sure if I'm a fan of the little heart up here with the trail, but it is pretty cool. The colors look nice. It does match my gloves and my loadout. Huh. I'm gonna put this in the A tier. I feel like I could make a pretty cool craft with it. So I'm gonna put it in A tier to say that if I ever use it, it would look fire. But yeah, I don't know about the green, the neon green on it. I'm still iffy on that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for every Awp skin and my tier list. Let me know what you guys think of my picks and let me know yours down in the comments below. I always find it hilarious reading your comments down below and what you guys think. Anyway, I'm gonna head out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.